Check.
I'm a scat man.
No. We don't always get what we want, do we, Brace?
Take control. Take control.
Check, Clorix. Unbearable. Check. Bryce, evening.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Bryce.
Thanks, Mitch. It seems that this
Good evening.
problem is almost unbearable.
Unbearable. Evening. Ilya. Welcome. Good evening. E-Rock. Evening.
Do you understand?
Wok. Evening. Bacon. Evening. That's what I was going to say, Wok. Yes. Sometimes you might get what you need. John, good evening. What's going on, John? What's new?
Hey, lady, what in thunder you trying to do? Crazy woman driver.
Aggies, good evening. Good evening. Unbearable says better hop back in the F-18 and get that lead. Unbearable. Don't tempt me. I don't want to do that all night because I could. And listen, I'm going to be checking here in a second to see how bad people are doing or how good they're doing.
Here I am.
Because I'm sure they're going to do really well. Captain,
Serenity?
Evening, Rally, afternoon. Good afternoon, Rally. Harvest, evening. Laddie, evening. Bengals just beat the Cowboys. The guy in my fantasy league, the commissioner.
Watch out for that big ass detergent.
He needed another team to lose so his team could make it into the playoffs, and he needed 4 points from Jamar Chase in the last 2 minutes to do it. He needed like 25 from Jamar Chase total tonight. Chase ended up getting a 40-yard touchdown at the end of the game with 1 minute left, and that ended up getting my friend in the playoffs because of that. It's so funny. Jamar Chase gets like 31 points in fantasy, if you care about fantasy. Bray said, new tactic with the F-18 I hadn't considered. If you need to slow down, crank them spoilers. Someone on LED said they bound their spoilers to their throttle. I tried to do spoilers and it didn't work. I tried. And I don't know why it didn't work, but they weren't activating. So I'm sure I did it wrong. Detergent, mine too. I somehow won. Well, I had Josh Allen. He got me 50 points. But a lot of my guys were on bye weeks. Also, I have Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason, both gone. My running backs were a disaster. I mean, they were backups to backups. Laddie said, as a Cowboys fan who needed a big night from Joey B, I am happy. So you have Burrow as your fantasy quarterback. Cannonball, good evening. Happy 9th of December. Yeah, I was scraping. Detergent, you know who my running backs were? Homer, the backup running back to Swift on the Bears. But he wasn't the main backup. Their other backup was hurt, so he's like even below. He ended up getting me 1 point and then got hurt. And then I had Patrick Taylor, who was the backup to Garendo on San Francisco. So I picked up Patrick Taylor. Now, Taylor scored a touchdown. But, yeah. See what happens when big pay year, then team throws season away Cowboys, Bryce says. They can't all be winners, Bryce. I had Cam Akers and an empty slot. Did you win, Detergent? Did you still win? Rally says, I got some news on Friday. My work from home status will be over. 4 years later, Rally. First week of February. Mandate came from head office in Melbourne. Not looking forward to paying for all-day parking again and morning traffic. Wow. Wow. After 4 years. But I mean, still, why do it? I just don't understand. Why do it? Like, has it been working? Yes. Obviously. Still going, I'm assuming. Oh, gosh. Crazy Detergent. I'll never understand that. Like Miss Flig, the place she worked at, they didn't even go back into their building. I mean, maybe they did at one point, but I'm pretty sure she never did. Couldn't go back to an office after all this time. I like routine too much, Cannonball says. That's a great sound effect. Why haven't you done that? That's great. That's a good one. We just started, Bryce. They just restarted. What do you mean, where am I? I'm in the Platinum group. I cannot hit that note, Jado. I'm pretty sure I can't. B flat's my highest. Hold on. Oh, I guess I can. It's only a G. I guess I can, Jado. I'm not going to. If I have to sing a note that high, it has to be really loud. I don't have a way to sing that quiet. I don't want to wake up the dogs. No, I'm sure, Rally. I'm sure. No advantage. I know. Let's look and see here. Let's see what we got tonight. So first things first, at the end of the stream last night, they started the next challenge league. I do appreciate, and John can probably say this too, I do appreciate how pretty much as soon as, look at those numbers, as soon as the league is over for that week, like after like a minute, it's like the next one is up immediately. and it's ready. So I'm pretty sure this Pyrips 76 was in my last group. I think he carried over, and he was really good from my last group. So no surprise. I mean, I'm going to have to spend quite a bit of time on this. I don't know when it's going to happen. It'll happen this week. The good news is if I don't get promoted, listen, of the 14 of us, 11 of us aren't going to get promoted and 4 of us are going to get demoted. I'm just not going to get demoted. I think if I can just hold my current position, I'll be happy. Why does the Sky Tractor start out in limp mode? What do you mean? Landing challenge is going to be tough. I honestly think the landing challenge will be the easiest thing for me. Like, I'll need some reps at it, but I feel like it's the one I can probably achieve the highest score on. Ousted from the podium in all 3, Walk said. Yeah, after I did each one once. It won't go to full power and the tack starts flashing red. It does? Did you try it? Is that what happening to you? What's going on, Billy? Is that happening to you? I don't know. Maybe I can try a landing challenge real quick. I'll need to stall a little bit anyway before we do the 12 to 12:15 bug. I mean, look at these scores. I don't think these scores are great anyway. Look at these. Only 2 people over 1 million. After I crash and come back, it goes to full power? Now, you know what I'm going to need to do on this one? I'm going to need to do a camera angle that is under the plane, maybe? Because, let's see.
What we're dealing
What?
with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
No, I need to be able to see. I can't see.
That's the sound of the police.
I can't see.
That's the sound of the beast.
Over the nose? Tried the airliner landing challenges and they start with the engines off. Oh, amplify. Jeez. Predictions are off right now. Yeah, the hardest thing for me on this one is just seeing over the nose. But I've gone as high up as I can right now. Maybe that'll help. All right, let me try to do my camera angle, but it's too late now. Looks like I'm walking in. Hit that way too hard and early. Great success. And I beat my score. I wasn't even really trying. Okay, what can I do here? Oh, wait. Wait. Hold on. Can we do it like that? No, that goes inside. Oh, these camera angles are weird. Why are all the camera angles only inside? The only way I get a higher score or placement overall is this challenge, because it's not going to happen on the others. Camera's going the wrong way. Oh well. Too late.
Ba 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 na na.
Too late and too hard. Evening, Chrissy. What's going on, Chrissy? How you doing? Just trying to do some landing challenges for our challenge league.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go on and turn on landing predictions now.
What's your prediction? Prediction?
I'm trying to get some reps at this. I don't understand why I can't change camera angle. Oh, you can't change camera angle in the main or in the toolbar. There's no toolbar at the top. So what if I just do like that? No. Part of the challenge? Yeah, I need to be able to see.
Je suis le président de Burundi.
Evening, Hapes. Let's see if we can try it like this. I hit that line. 261 isn't going to be good. But the placement was way better. I think that's going to be a better score. It won't be great, but it'll be better. I didn't hit nearly as hard as the other landings. Yeah, 665. Okay, let's try again. So my problem there is I'm doing a lot of this. I have no more stitches on the left side of my mouth, just one on the right, two in the middle left. That's good, Chrissy. I'm full flaps now, Ms. I mean, that's full flaps way early. I never land in third person, but I can't see over the nose, so I'm doing that. Oh, crap. It was pretty good until the very end. Like, I actually was lowering pretty smooth. I had a good speed dialed in. I would really like to get there you go. Done. I was going to just say I'd really like to get over 1 million. There's the 1 million. Now let them try to get their scores higher. There we go. Now we're in 6th. From 12th to 2nd. Might as well do the F-18. Yeah, look at my score compared to everybody else's. Cloric's killing it. Carnival has a higher score than first place in mine. Let's try it. Move up the same number of spots from 11th to 1st. Not in this F-18. I remember yesterday saying that we needed to be on the right side because there was a really good valley at the end. So I just need practice. What if we go over here? What if we go over here? See, I haven't done this enough, so I don't know the line, but I know yesterday we ended where there was a really good valley on the right. So I wonder if you kind of start on the right. That's not good. And I don't even know if I can go over there on that right side. What is that? Oh, okay. It looks weird. Well, this is really bad. Look how high I am. This is a terrible route. This is an awful route. Okay. You can't do that. You got to be in valleys. Can't be like that. Unbearable, that's a good question. I don't know why you're not showing up. You see me. That's weird. So, okay. I am not going where I just went. I'm gonna have to watch John do this. He'll come up with a good line. Sub to Banco. So this is one of the challenges. It's not Top Gun. It's one of the challenges for this week for Flight Sim. They do a new set of challenges every week, and this is one of them. So maybe we try to take that valley over here to the left. There's a valley there on the right. Okay, look, there's my ghost. So my ghost definitely, I pulled that throttle back too fast. Okay, so we want to do that. So this valley on the left. Just keep going. Just get a time for now. Okay, don't keep going. There's going to be a lot of that as I try to figure this out. Yeah, that's a good quote, Brace. All your years of Ace Combat. You know, I've only played about 30 minutes of Ace Combat 7 and didn't play any of the others. Stop. What is that? That's how low I was? I'm 1 foot off the ground. It does nothing for this. Wonder if I should actually go to the left. Since I'm going to be going to the left on this first part. That's bad. So no, I think you go to the right, see where he is over there. That's the right play because he's lower. This is bad. So we'll stick with the right. And then after that, I'm not sure. Wrong way. Push the nose the wrong way. Now I feel like I should have gone to the right over there. I'll have to try that next time. Pull up. No, Miz, I mean, you kind of can, but not really. It's really tough. It's really tough. I've tried to zoom out at the beginning and look at the valley, but I've gotten a soft CTD, like a soft crash. So I haven't tried it since. Yes, it is detergent. All right, let's try. I think we just got to get the line. It takes some runs to get the line. That was my highest score somehow. Still 11th. Where is this located IRL? I don't know. I didn't see. So we're going to go to the right. I bet John's doing this right now. You got to pull up here. You got to be careful. I was way too low last time. Somehow hit the ground. So yeah, I think that's what you do. And then stay here. And then, so I know this line is what we want. As for halfway through, I'm not sure yet. Oh, crap, 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 crap. I needed a little bit more altitude. Trying to turn it over and get that nose down where you can really drop. Oh, okay. John, are you doing this right now? I know you are. It scared you, Chrissy? You're still not. Okay. Not home yet. Wow. Not home yet. 8:45, John, your time. What's going on over there? You work late.
Crap on top of crap on top of crap on top of crap.
I guess that antenna is okay. So for how this works, the lower you are to the ground, the less time they add to your final time. So you don't have to, I mean, you can go as fast as you want and not worry about altitude, but then they add a lot more at the end. Okay, ready? Go. I should have turned the other way. Now, I mentioned earlier about turning right somewhere. It would have been here. Let me look at it. No, you want to stay in this valley. Okay. I'm going to lose time there, but at this point, we know that we need to stay in this valley. Okay. It's okay. Good to know. Good to know. Late today, early tomorrow. What time do you have to be there tomorrow? All right. I feel better about the line now, though. I think this can be a better run. I use the yoke, yes. Yes, I do. I've tried to use my HOTUS, and I was terrible with it. It's been 4 years since I've used it, and... Oh, that's too high. And I was just really bad with it. I'm way more successful with the yoke and throttle and pedals. I'm just more comfortable with this setup. So the key for me is knowing when to fly upside down. Like just barely, like right there, just a little, to get a little bit of descent.
It won't kill you.
Right here, you really have to drop. Now, flip completely. I think that's the play there. Now, get down and stay down through this valley. Stay here. Stay here. That's tough. I don't like that. Feel like I'm not where I was before on the right side valley. No! Wait. Okay, it said it was 3 miles away, now it's 5. Is there a different waypoint that I'm unaware of? Dead. What? That's really confusing. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a waypoint that said it was 3.5 miles. So I thought, well, that's the end. And then I go over the mountain, and then it says 5. Is it it's a checkpoint? The first thing is a checkpoint. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I was thinking that was the goal for some reason. I feel like I'll at least be a little bit better at this than I was at the Mach Loop. This is way easier than the Mach Loop. Way easier. I need to figure out when I was in that valley. As soon as I was in that valley, I had to go over a cliff, and then I was way too high. So I'm going to have to be ready for another flip. I hear my ghost. So like right, is it here or is it the next one? Got to do a whole flip. Can you do it? No, you can't do a whole flip there. Crap. So because I use, I don't know if you can tell, but because I use a yoke, the plane goes really slow. I tried to change the sensitivity, but he's still pretty slow. I wonder if I can adjust that just a little bit more. So when I watch John, he's able to like do quick spins, and my yoke doesn't let me do that. So let's see. See, I put it 0.5. Let's do like 0.8. Let's see what that does. Let's try it. Let's see if it turns easier. It appears to. Now it's going to be harder to steer. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Very sensitive. I'm hardly doing anything and it's turning. We'll see if that hurts us. That might be a tough adjustment to make. Hold on, John. I'll look at that in a second. That's a slow turn there. Okay, here we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Better than the last. Now, go over. I don't know if I should have waited. We're going to find out. Should have done a full turn there. But that's the right idea, you all. That's the right idea. Right idea. That's a good run. That's at least something that you can base everything else off of. What's up, Lion? Definitely something you can base everything else you do off of. And that was with higher sensitivity. Okay, that was better. It puts me in second. 11th to second. Right? How about it? That's a solid run.
Not bad, but not good.
No, it's that. Look where we are now. Look who's third overall now. I do want to just see what the scores were.
Weird is part of the job.
What's up, Wolfie? So,
That boy's a natural born flyer, that's all.
I love that line. So John's not on here yet. I'll be curious to see where John gets. That is a great score for me.
I fucking nailed it.
To at least try to improve on. Or, like, to have that now 6 days early is good. You don't feel like, gosh, I can't do this. At least there's something, you know? So I'm 7th and I'm top 3. Read what I said about dead zones. Adjust the extremity dead zone instead. You want to move the yoke a little and make it think you're slamming it. Let's see. So what happens? Which way? Like this way? Like that? No, that's one thing they haven't added yet. That was something that the guy complained in the video with the Bravo, where he was moving his levers, but it doesn't show you what it's doing. Like there's usually a ball that will like move along, but you can't tell. So basically when you turn it, it's going to move quick and then you're already there. As opposed to you turn it and you don't see the effects until later. You could do like that. Right. Right. I'm not going to mess with it right now, but that'll be saved for next time. All right, and final one. Final one to try to adjust our time. This one is going to be my worst. Yeah, Brace, the only problem with those is it doesn't save it. From what I could tell. It just changes it. 2:36. I'm 24 seconds off the pace. Oh my gosh, you all. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I could easily get drawn into this one because it's my worst. Now, I want to see what Unbearable was talking about. Apparently the wing does have collision. I didn't see anything there. Really, Brace? One of the videos I was watching of that guy that does the honeycomb, he was saying he doesn't recommend to do the controller thing up top because it's pretty janky. I didn't hit that. So is going in and out of the pause menu. It's true. I went full power right out of the gate. Yeah, you can see it, right? I just can't. I'm not sure what the best way to turn this plane is. I don't know if you should turn it with tail rudder, or if you should drop throttle, or if you should just steer it. So right now I'm just going to do full throttle and only steer, no tail. Frames aren't great. Frames are not good.
Hi, y'all are. I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee.
What's up, Gumbo? What is she doing? What's she doing?
You're not the boss of me now, and you're not so big.
God bless, this thing's terrible. This is awful. Waz, good evening. This is awful. Never drop throttle on these rally races. It's never needed, John says. You have to use rudder. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I steer with just rudder and a little yoke. Oh, God. Ah. Just keep going. I'm never going to get any practice if I don't. Oh, never mind. I don't have any power. They don't start you at full power, so trying to do that in the middle is a bad idea. Main problem is you're trying to do a race in a tractor, Amplify says. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have more control if I drop the throttle. So I'm going to have to, I don't know, I'm going to have to be smart about it. Can't do it with first person. Come on. It's almost like the plane is attracted to the pylons, like it's a magnet. And I also feel like this is going to be the one that most people struggle on the most in my group. So if I can do well on this one, it's going to be hard for a lot of people. This is just a really tough one. Stop. I mean, just, it's like a magnet. I cannot get away from them. Can't understand why this plane is so mushy. Seems it has no power and these tractors have lots of power. Oh, it definitely does not feel like it has power. I think when I steer through these gates, I tend to oversteer. So I need to, like right there, I just tried not to go as far as I normally would in a plane that actually has good control. Oh, crap. Crap, I was thinking I had to go left. That's bad. That'll stall. That'll stall. Ooh, good recovery. Not a good recovery. I keep thinking I have to turn left after that gate because I think the arrows point left. I'll have to check. So my brain goes, oh, or maybe I just see the one over on the left. So I don't set myself up very well for it. It's okay. We're making progress. I will say I think the last half is easier than the first half. However, I think there's a couple of difficult gates in the second half. I didn't hit anything. Did not hit that. See how the arrows here point left? The arrows here should not point left. They should point straight.
We got one!
I don't know why that gate sucks. Swizz. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. I don't know why those arrows are pointed to the left. That's why I get thrown off. Straight into it, Bacon. I couldn't avoid it. I'm telling you, my plane's like a magnet towards it. 22 gates and I can't make it past 6. We gotta go to it. Hey, progress. Progress. Can't even meet my ghost. Unless that's not my ghost. Probably is though, isn't it? I don't like that. That's a hard turn. Come on, beat this ghost. Hate this part. Hate this part. They counted that? Wow. Yeah, I can't beat my ghost. Oh, you all, this is going to take me a while. Oh, look, I'm not even going to finish it. Wow. Wow. All right. So clearly, I'm doing something really, really wrong if there's people 25 seconds ahead. They know how to control this thing. I don't. Blast him. That's a great line. What an asshole. I love that. All right, I'm going to give it maybe a couple more shots. I'm not going to do this too much longer, but, you know, I don't know how to make it better. That was way better. Stalling. I lost all my time on that hill. Lost all of it. Whew. This is awful. This thing. It's so tough, Chrissy. Graphics on that terrain is really good. Or are really good. Like, how am I 4 seconds behind? What am I doing wrong? I have no power. I'm gonna stall. How do you lose power? No. How am I 1 second ahead already? How did I gain a second from the beginning? And then that stupid terrain. How did I gain a second? I was internal camera. Another second. What am I doing different? What is it doing that it can gain a second? And then lose a second. All right. Ah, so inconsistent. Maybe that's just another bug. To gain a second and immediately lose a second. Problem with this plane is it reacts so slow. You turn and it does your turn like a half a second later. Is he getting mad about gaining a second? No, I want to know what I'm doing to cause that so I can do it all the time. But if it's just random, then I can't replicate it. I can't do it over and over again if it's random. So what's causing it, basically? And now I'm 3 seconds behind. Oh, gosh. I hate this. This is awful. I'll never make this time better. How you like that? A little love tap. All right, last time. Last time, no matter what. I'm not going to do this anymore. I don't care for it. Playing is awful. But I'm not going to have a choice if I want to get through this, am I? At some point, I'm going to have to commit time to it. Well, a better start. 4 seconds. Now don't lose it all. Too high, right? No? I probably lost 2 seconds on that. Yeah, 2 seconds. Boy, I'd like to see this time carry through, but I hate this part. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to make up the 3, but maybe I can make up the 2. Not how you want to finish it. It's awful, Beach House. It's awful. Still 7th. I have to beat 4 seconds just to gain a spot. Just to gain 1 spot. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Gosh. The second and second are not going to hold up. Nice Ididacty. I struggled with last week's low altitude. These 2 second places are not going to hold up. They're just not. They're good for now. They guarantee me that I at least sit in the part where I won't lose. That'd be nice. Yeah, you can't even use first person, nerd. You can't use first person because you can't see where the next gate is. 463. Yeah, but that could change if any of these people... Because listen, all these people that are here, they've all been doing well in their previous leagues, so they're all good. So I'm assuming that all of these scores are people that haven't given these much of a chance because they did it last night for the first time and they're like, I'll get to it later. I think you'll see a lot of this change in a few days. It is 12:15, so I'm hoping that the unexpected error bug is fixed, or not fixed, but done for the night. So, I'd kind of like to do some helicopter stuff again. Gave Hapes points for landing. Let me see this. Where was the one we opened last night? Montreal? It was. We need to do this. I need to figure out if we're going to do any longer helicopter flights. I'm going to need to figure out if they do autopilot. Thanks, Walk. Does this helicopter do autopilot? This is the entry one. Most are a no. It's just it's a pain because I'm constantly having to push the yoke in. Yeah, this is the G2. Yeah, so tonight we might focus on helicopter stuff. I kind of want to, at some point, open up some of the more difficult missions, like the search and rescue or the hoist missions, transport. But you can't do those unless you do some of these here. Okay. Highly recommend going through helicopter training missions. You're right. I should do that. Like on another night where I just devote time to it. Okay. This one is not going to have autopilot. No, no, no. Okay, those work. So governor is off. Hold on. Gotta do this first.
Here, Luke, I'm ready.
Gotta do this first.
All noted.
Helicopter training missions are good. They go through the collective and all the panels explaining basic flight principles. Yeah, I'll probably do that one night.
Captain, seems like you're ready. Isn't it just perfect for a little tour? For this flight, you welcome aboard Natalie by her own. It's a scenic tour over Montreal. If the seatbelts are
love Montreal. This will be cool.
Gentlemen, it's showtime.
Which one's the governor? I thought it was up there. It's not in here, is it? Oh, it is. It's that one, isn't it? Yep. Okay. So mixture's good. Rotor brake is off.
St. Hubert ground Charlie. Foxtrot
Taxiing is going to be awful. Why not tonight, Bacon says. I don't know. We'll see.
Charlie, Foxtrot Lima Uniform Tango Taxi to helipad number 1. Contact tower on 118.4 when ready. Taxi to helipad number 1 Lima Uniform Tango.
Okay, so now I'm supposed to stop at the helipad, which is over there.
We got one!
She's not going. That's on. Francona, thanks for the follow. Welcome. That was it. The red switch. Uh-oh. It shut off. No. Why'd you shut off? Oil? Sounds like the rotor brake's on. But it's not. Oh. Fuel's not on. We'll get it. We'll figure it out. Now, I'm supposed to taxi at the helipad. Last time they got me for leaving airspace, and apparently I was too high.
I need fuel.
I can't get this in the green. I can't get it in the green. There it goes. Going back up, slowly. So, do they want me to actually follow the taxiway? Oh, hold on. I need to turn off LRM. It'll freak out. I can't look at it while I'm not looking at the helicopter. Yes, close it. Ah! Dumb. Couldn't look at it and LRM at the same time. So we'll try again. Come on. Come on.
Pierre-Luc, I'm ready. Well noted.
You think they're doing Pierre-Luc because we're in Montreal? Okay, so those are good. Turn on fuel. I need a button for the governor at some point.
Captain, seems like you're ready. Isn't it just perfect for a little tour? For this flight, you welcome aboard Natalie by her own. It's a scenic tour over Montreal. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
So, around 3 feet is perfect for taxi, but do I have to follow the taxiway, is what I'm asking.
St. Hubert Ground, Charlie. Foxtrot Lima Uniform Tango ready to taxi west departure with Juliet.
Charlie, Foxtrot Lima Uniform Tango taxi to helipad number 1. Contact tower on 118.4 when ready.
That was weird. That monitor just went off.
Taxi to helipad number 1 Lima Uniform Tango.
Hello, I'm Natalie. I've never flown in a chopper before.
Natalie, I'm gonna need you
Out of my comfort zone here.
to not talk on this mission.
There's always money in the banana stand! No touching! No touching!
What's up, Bliss? Natalie about to have a frightening time. See, so that answers my question. I asked you all. Nobody here knew, I guess. Can't, oh, now I can just go? Cool, let's go. Trying to do it the right way.
So excited.
Nope.
Okay, a bit nervous too. I won't
You
lie
have
to you.
to go with the taxiway, apparently. Brace, you said it too late. You said it too late, Brace. This is gonna die on me. I can't get the can't get that needle in the green. So I'm definitely gonna have to do the training, figure out how to do that.
I didn't expect it would feel like this. Like floating above the world.
So why isn't it? Anybody know why that's not in the green? Is it because it's too low? No, it goes the other way. It needs to be higher. But I'm maxed out. I'm, my levers are maxed out.
What a nice surprise.
They're 100% nerd. Yeah. Yep, 100%. I was having that issue on one of the landing challenges as well. Like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, they're both, all my honeycomb, they're both 100%. Everything's 100. Also, my trim is down, but the nose keeps going up. Now it's not.
I'm totally, well, I'm usually more...
John, this is not the same setting. That was only for the F-18. All right, let's just get some altitude. Let's not make any forward progress. Let's just get altitude. Struggling to get any. So this thing doesn't like to hover.
Hey, what's that shaking?
It's my RPMs not in the green. I don't know what to do. It's not. Show your overhead. Yeah. They're both good. No rotor brake.
I'm feeling better now. I'm almost...
No, it's not that, because I can see where the blue needle is. That's the ignition button, Icebird. That's just ignition. I'm gonna have to do the trainings, because I just cannot understand why the RPMs are frozen at 2,000 and they will not go to 2,900. Something's causing it. And there's no lights on. I've got this is low, and I don't know what that is. This orange light. I'm sure maybe that has something to do with it. Unless that's like that. I don't know.
Wow. Little intense here.
You're not liking it? Not a fan of the smoothness?
There it is. I see it. Biosphere.
All right, I'll do some training after this, because clearly I'm not going to be able to do this without it. I can't get that altitude. The helicopter won't go any higher. Without stalling. That's cool looking. All right, I pulled my throttle down and it's climbing. I pulled it down, it's climbing. Weird. Although that's not throttle, I guess that's collective. No, it's not throttle, it's my collective. So the collective is in my throttle lever. So I keep calling it throttle. Because as I bring the collective down, which I'm assuming collective is RPMs. I'm assuming collective is RPMs.
Hey, how you doing?
Here, I see the Habitat 67.
What's up, Max? I like how they made that look like it was the complete opposite direction of where it is. I had to do a 360. Slowing your hitting too much air resistance? Wow, okay. Okay. Collective is the pitch. Well, on this, let me ask this, Unbearable. This right here, that's blue, that's turning. That's collective, right? That's spinning. Is that spinning? I guess, never mind. Don't answer that. We'll figure it out in the training. We'll train. We'll figure it out. We'll learn it. Montreal looks cool. So if it's the up and down of the lever, then when I move this up and down, you see how it's going up and down? That is changing my RPMs. Now we go to Olympic Stadium. Yeah, I'm in the green because apparently my throttle, when I said everything was at 100%, apparently you don't want to be at 100%. Thanks, Exhorter. So now we're going to go see Olympic Stadium, and that's where the planetarium is that I saw in French.
It just needs a pounding music to feel like we're in an action movie.
Sure, Dodgy. Last night I did a few of them, Max. I mean, I've done both.
I never imagined seeing something like this from the ground. You made the Goliath look easy. I did that certification. That thing was not easy to fly. I must have gotten lucky. Oof. Gotta slow down. There we go.
Those two circles there are the two planetariums.
Stop the bump or get me back on solid ground, please.
What's wrong? Natalie. Natalie, are you okay? Natalie. Natalie, this isn't bad. And I swear, the next thing you say, you better not act like everything's okay. Don't say anything like, it's so beautiful up here. She's fine. These missions are tough. I'd much rather use an airplane to do these. Unbearable, I can't control it. I'm barely moving the yoke. I wonder if the sensitivity should be different because it's not on the F-18. Yeah, that's different. Wait, that's actually the same. 0.8, 0.8, negative 0.2. But I'm in a different one. I wonder if it doesn't save your hardware settings per plane. What's going on, Arctic? Yes, it is, Jado. So that's why it's moving so much. I don't want it to do that in a helicopter. So when I do the F-18, I'm going to have to change that. That's why it's so bad, Natalie. So sorry, Natalie. Let's see if this is any better for you. Yeah, it's a slower turn. I didn't realize that was the case.
I've always wanted to do this.
Look, she's acting like nothing happened.
So glad I finally did.
Commercial pilot license for helis? No? I mean, I guess? I don't remember taking any kind of PPL. I don't know if that's even a thing. Brace, I don't know how you do that. You can adjust it per plane at the binding level. Amplify said, Natalie, you think this is bad. You should have tried riding in the AG tractor earlier. And I cannot do it any better. I just can't.
Such a stunning view.
Are you okay now? There's a button next to each control bind where you choose right. You can adjust sensitivity. Okay. Interesting. Well, I only want to adjust it for the F-18. I don't need to do it for others. Yeah, John, it's much better now. I didn't realize the sensitivity was like that. Yeah, I adjusted the trim, Shadow. It's working better now.
St. Hubert Tower, Charlie. Foxtrot Lima Uniform Tango.
I think at this point, just get through the mission. No unexpected errors, at least.
Charlie Foxtrot Lima Uniform Tango, St. Hubert Tower. Altimeter 29
See, G Cook says I'm doing a 2-hour helicopter mission through mountains. I just can't imagine. There's just no way. Yeah, I'm talking. You can't talk while I'm talking to ATC. So it doesn't have any autopilot, G Cook. That's terrible. Follow traffic pattern. There's one blue square. That's pretty cool with the interstate. Predictions are not on right now. I had to turn them off because I figured I'd be landing over and over again in this thing, like crashing, or like while I was taxiing. I figured it would do weird things, so I opted out. I still had my trim way down. So now I have to taxi.
Charlie, Foxtrot Lima Uniform Tango Taxi to General.
Why would it do that? Literally talking to you while it says I have no clearance.
Would totally recommend it.
It's so bugged on clearances. Like I try to do all the clearances right. I try to always hit the reply when I'm supposed to. But they still ding you for so much. Like there's really no point in me trying to taxi because they're just going to ding me for doing something wrong. Like that, speeding. Yeah, they're not going to let me unbearable. More speeding, more dragging. I'll have to do the training missions. I know I'm speeding. I don't know what to tell you. This thing won't slow down. This is the speed at which this taxis. This is it. Sorry. Like, I can't make it go any slower. Sorry. You can say it as many times as you want. It's not going to change. Because that's what's going to happen. If I get any slower, the helicopter falls out of the air. I mean, it does. If I get any slower, it falls. Are they going to make me park on the building? Punish me for that too. I'm going to do it. I want you to punish me for that too.
Lima Uniform Tango, you are not cleared to take off.
Sorry. This is where I have to park. Guarantee there's no collision here and I'll fall through the building.
I can see why the...
It said that I was in the square and then it gave the crash. Isn't that great? I'm doing all the things they're asking me to do and then they punish me for it. Or hear me out, there is collision, but it only counts as a crash. Oh, I knew it happened. Why wouldn't it happen? They put the blue square on the building. In the very first helicopter mission. Now we just sit here and watch this. Well, come on. Come on. Still waiting. How can we make it go away? Is it the governor brake? Or governor? Wait, what's it doing? Brake is on. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. Just took forever. Well, we got a C. Only can go up from here. Oh, it affects that reputation? Oh, that sucks. I don't want to affect that. Jeez. A regular C brace. Who's the old guy? That's Walter. So there isn't a helicopter CPL. Oh wait, no there is. Never mind. It's the very first one you do. Never mind. So here's all the trainings. Let's try it. Let's see what they got. What does he do? He flies the plane and the helicopter, Chrissy. He's the man in charge. Well, let's learn a little. I don't know. In your first helicopter training, you'll become familiar with the G2's rotor system and cockpit. You will understand the use of flight controls, identify classic six-pack instruments, and become familiar with the features unique to the Cabri, the EPM and the MLI. Yeah, I don't know what those are. Do we have to do it at night? You're not gonna make me do it at night, are you? Don't make me do it at night. I know Kung Fu. Oh. I mean, I should learn how to do this if I'm going to do any of this, but regardless, I still couldn't fly the thing, and I was so beat up by ATC issues. I don't know how to taxi this thing any slower. Oh, wormhole. Didn't see wormhole in a while.
Welcome to the beginning of your rotorcraft journey.
Okay.
In our first helicopter lesson. My name is Paul Martin, and I will be your flight instructor.
Evening, Paul.
I must say, it is a very beautiful time of the year to begin your helicopter trainings at Grenoble-Versailles Aerodrome.
I bet they don't say Versailles.
Meet our trainer helicopter, Cabri G2.
Okay.
You already know how the flight control surfaces of airplanes work, right?
Yeah.
But do you understand how a helicopter turns without ailerons and speeds up without elevator? Here, look at the Cabri's main rotor. This is our main control surface. By tilting the main rotor disc forward, backward, left, or right, we can change the direction of the thrust vector and move the helicopter in the chosen direction. Hey, where are you going? Come back to the helicopter to continue our training. As with most French-designed helicopters,
I'm here.
the main rotor blades advance
I'm right here outside the door. Hey, where are you going?
tail rotor forward. Walk closer and look at it.
Walk closer. Okay, so I'm allowed to leave? Paul, Mr. Martin, am I okay to walk back here and look at it? I'm going to leave. I'm going away. I'm going to look at it.
By changing the tail rotor's thrust, we can control the direction that the nose of the helicopter points. The Cabri G2 utilizes a Fenestron-type tail rotor. It differs
Always
from the
walk.
conventional open-tail rotor by being integrally housed within the tail boom. Now let's continue our training.
I'm still back here, Paul.
Get in and buckle up. We didn't finish our ground training yet.
You told me to get in.
I understand you want to fly, but believe me, you need to know some theory first. Don't be surprised that you're sitting on the right side. Unlike in airplanes, pilots typically sit on the right seat in helicopters. Let's start over again. Welcome to the beginning of your rotorcraft journey in our first helicopter lesson. My name is Paul Martin, and I will be your flight instructor. I must say, it is a very beautiful time of the year to begin your helicopter trainings at Grenoble-Versailles Aerodrome. Meet our trainer helicopter, Cabri G2. You already know how the flight control surfaces of airplanes work, right? But do you understand how a helicopter turns without ailerons and speeds up without elevator? Here, look at the Cabri's main rotor. This is our main control surface. By tilting the main rotor disc forward, backward, left, or right, we can change the direction of the thrust vector and move the helicopter in the chosen direction. As with most French-designed helicopters, the main rotor blades advance in a clockwise direction. What do you think we need the tail rotor for? Walk closer and look at it. By changing the tail rotor's thrust, we can control the direction that the nose of the helicopter points. The Cabri G2 utilizes a Fenestron-type tail rotor. It differs from a conventional open-tail rotor by being integrally housed within the tail boom. Now let's continue our training inside the cockpit. Get in and buckle up. Welcome aboard. Don't be surprised that you're sitting on the right side. Unlike in airplanes, pilots typically sit on the right seat in helicopters. Now, let's make you familiar with the Cabri's flight controls. Look here, this is what we call the collective lever, or simply collective.
I bet it's trying to start the plane. I think it's because I've got things on my
We use collective to climb,
hardware?
descend, or in other words, to control our vertical speed. Here's what we call the cyclic stick, or just cyclic. It looks similar to the airplane's stick, doesn't it? It behaves very similarly too, at least in a forward flight. Left or right inputs cause the helicopter to roll into a turn, and forward and back inputs change the pitch attitude. On the top of the cyclic stick, you can see a cyclic trim knob. The Cabri uses a dual-axis electric trim, allows you to completely release the static forces in flight, both longitudinal and lateral.
Okay.
Finally,
I don't know how to use
anti-torque
that.
pedals
I don't know what that
are
is.
located in the same place as the rudder pedals in an airplane. They serve a similar purpose controlling the direction that the nose of the aircraft points. In a hover flight, they help you to control yaw and heading. But in forward flight, they serve the same purpose as in airplanes.
Like, I'm not sure what this is
Pretty easy so far, isn't it?
to map
Let's
it.
have a look at the
And I don't know what it does.
I'm sure you have already spotted what we call the six-pack. 6 primary instruments all airplanes also have. Look at the altimeter, for instance. As you see, the ground elevation here is around 720 feet. An interesting fact related to altitudes. In forward flight, a helicopter can fly much higher than when it's hovering. After our hovering training, you will understand why it's like that. Now look at the airspeed indicator. What can we learn just by looking at it? You can see right away that the indications start from 20 knots. The caution range lasts up to
Oh, it's
40
trim.
knots,
Okay.
and you
I've already
should
done
never
that then.
exceed
We're good.
130 knots airspeed. Why should we be cautious when flying slow? I will show why in our next training. Now, would you please look at the vertical speed indicator? It is very important to monitor VSI, especially on descent. If you descend faster than 300 feet per minute at low airspeed, you may settle your helicopter into its own downwash. This is called a vortex ring state, and it is an emergency
I'm not going to remember any of this.
you will eventually learn to deal with.
I'm not taking
Now
notes.
simply get used to monitoring your VSI, just like you monitor altitude, airspeed, and engine parameters. Another thing to remember while flying is to keep the fuselage in the correct streamline position. For that, we monitor the turn coordinator ball, just like we do in airplanes. Or the more sensitive indicator, the yaw string, just like we do in gliders.
And now for the quiz.
The ball and the yaw string should be kept in the center. We won't use other classic instruments much in our trainings, because we will mostly fly by visual references. However, you do need to know about the EPM, which stands for Electronic Pilot Monitor. Let's start the engine and avionics to see it running.
Okay. You're not going to show me how to start the engine? So you're going to just have me just do it? You're not going to tell me what this fuel pump is or the shutoff valve. You're not going to tell me what this red switch is because it's not labeled. I was kind of hoping you would explain what all these are. Just control E? I can control E. I thought they were going to explain. Isn't this training?
EPM combines all common motor and
What's up,
rotor
Ropey?
monitoring instruments on a single LCD screen, as well as the in-flight fuel management. The thing we're most interested in is the Smart Power Indicator. Have a closer look at it. It is called the MLI, which stands for Multiple Limit Indicator. It is a special feature.
Well,
of
everything's shut
G2.
down.
A red line shows the available
Was that supposed to
performance
happen?
and limits at a glance. We will refer to the power indications a lot in our trainings. Okay, enough talking. Time to get up in the air and fly.
Sure.
In our next training, you will have your first taste of piloting a Cabri G2.
Wait, was that it? Oh, that was it. You're feeling animosity? I do have the displays up, John. They're on another monitor. I just didn't want to do that. I felt bad doing that. But apparently that's what they want me to do. What is this brace? My gosh. Crazy. Wow. Brace. Dude, the next Fleet of the Air show is going to be amazing. Jeez. It can only be made in 5-second increments. Dang. Ropey says, I'm the worst trainee in career mode. I go straight for the solo flight. Then if I don't screw up too bad, I pay for the test. Oh, flight instructor has full control. Well, smooth it out.
The Belladon mountain range. And on your right-hand side, there are the Chartreuse Mountains.
It bugged you, nerd? What bugged you about it? That you don't get to fly? So this is what I see. Well, I mean, I'm looking around with my mouse, and that worked on the last test.
Beautiful, aren't they?
Okay, I hit straight and down, or I hit shift and the down arrow, and it worked.
Give you control of the helicopter. Prepare to slightly push cyclic forward to maintain the correct attitude.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. It's yours now.
I'm doing it.
Using the cyclic, keep the helicopter in a straight and level flight along the Iser River you can see below. I will take care of the collective control and maintaining the altitude, so you can focus on our speed and ground track. Reach cruise speed of 80 knots. Push the cyclic to speed up, or pull the cyclic to slow down.
Well, now I'm at 70.
To maintain the same speed, try to remember the position of the horizon line and maintain it visually in the same place. That will make sure you are flying with the same speed.
It's really hard to do.
Keep flying straight until the river begins curving to the right.
Okay.
See how you always need to keep the cyclic deflected to maintain the same attitude? After you found a proper cyclic position, use the cyclic's trim to release static forces. Feels better now, right?
Yeah, I'm still going way too fast.
Try some turns now. You see the river is turning right.
Oh,
Try to fly
I thought he was fine.
And turn right together with its curve. Now make a sharp left turn following the river. But this time try to make
he didn't like me doing the RPMs. There they go.
Slip and skid, just like in airplanes.
Apparently that cut it. That could have been bad. Oh, we're getting ready to stall. I cut my RPMs, and then it almost died.
Let's do something you never do in airplanes.
Crash?
Let's bring our airspeed to 0 knots.
It's not my fault.
Pull the cyclic back
Paul.
and reach 0 knots.
Paul. You should have taken control, Paul.
Crashing wasn't in our plans for the training. Let's start over again.
All I did was adjust the prop, and it just went to 0.
You never do in airplanes. Let's bring our airspeed to 0 knots.
Paul?
Gently pull the cyclic back until you reach 0 knots.
Okay, let me get 0 knots, Paul. Slow down to 0 knots. Okay. I wish they would explain about the collective and stuff, because they want me to fly, but it's not working. Nothing's working. No, Shadow. You know I'm not going to do that. I'm struggling because I'm waiting for the RPMs. I'm just waiting for the RPMs to level off or get in the green, but they won't go in the green. All right, I'll put my trim to 0. I wasn't even trying to do that, Raven Beast. I was just trying to get the RPMs in the green.
When you hover, when you climb, or when you are in cruise. This releases the forces on the stick and lets you better feel the controls. Nice. But just when you thought flying helicopters is all easy, I want to admit that currently I'm helping you stabilize our helicopter.
Oh, you're helping?
You see, since we slowed down, the airflow over the tail is not enough to counteract the helicopter's rotating tendencies anymore. So I keep pushing the right pedal and adjusting our cyclic a little to stabilize our flight. Let me show you what happens when I stop helping you.
Show me, Paul.
Okay, I am assisting you again.
Wait.
Don't let these rotating tendencies scare you. It is a fun challenge.
Paul, I never noticed the difference.
During our next trainings.
Are you saying that I had it dialed in pretty well?
A little more practice with maintaining the correct speed would do you good. I would even recommend reviewing your old airplane trainings related to attitude and turns.
Paul, you didn't say a word about collective and throttle. Not a word. You just want me to start flying. 19% turns. Here we go. Collective. Lesson 3. Poor Paul's really earning his money with these difficult students. You will practice taking off to a hover, changing hover altitude, and landing from a hover. Yeah, I might have to do this one twice. You get the 19 because Paul heard the lip you were dishing out. Paul should have never given me control. What did you learn, Paul? All right, let's learn about collective.
Means to maintain a constant position a few feet above the ground.
You made Paul spill his gin.
In fact, hovering a helicopter is challenging. A bit like trying to pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time. A helicopter has 3 highly sensitive controls, but at first I will be giving you only one control at a time to handle.
Okay.
Your first control to master will be the collective lever. Remember, it is located on the left side of your seat.
Okay.
The collective controls your height above the ground. We will use it to take off to a hover. When you raise the collective control, the pitch angles of the main rotor blades increase. This increases lift, and the helicopter climbs. When you lower the collective, pitch angles decrease. This decreases lift, so the helicopter descends. Easy, right? Another thing we will need today is the EPM, which stands for Electronic Pilot Monitor.
Okay.
You might remember it from our previous lesson.
I don't. You didn't mention it.
Today you will learn monitoring power percentage with a multiple limit.
Okay, maybe you did.
The most important thing to remember about power indications is to never go over 100%. You can read more about that subject in the briefing notes. Okay.
Or you could tell me, Paul.
Time to fly. Before taking off, always check that all gauges are green and that we have enough fuel.
I don't know where the fuel is.
As you can see,
we're
the
good.
tank is half full. This is more than enough for our training. Now look left and right to make sure we don't have people or vehicles approaching.
So they don't count that. They want me to do this.
All good, and we are clear to go.
I hardly even looked left when I did that.
Now, slowly raise it to the point where we become light on skids.
Okay.
This will be around 65% of available power.
Okay.
Be careful. First, you won't see any reaction to your movement, but power will catch up soon. That was a little too strong. Remember, the collective is sensitive, and power changes have some inertia. Lower the collective all the way down extremely slowly, and try again. You will get there.
It's because I used the wrong lever. I'm trying to get it back in the green.
Now move the collective just a little more to get to 2 feet altitude hover. And don't mind us moving laterally. Today I will take care of that.
Well, go ahead, Paul, because we're moving laterally.
There you are. Keep hovering at 2 feet now. You see, since we are hovering so low, the altimeter will be not useful. Judge your altitude just by looking outside. You are higher than 2 feet now. Lower collective a bit to descend. 2 feet is approximately 1/3 of the length of the Cabri skid. You are higher than 2 feet.
I know, but it really doesn't matter where I go. It's like too little or too much, Paul.
You're higher than 2 feet now. Lower collective a bit to descend. You're higher than 2 feet now.
Paul.
Lower collective a bit to descend.
I'm making the smallest adjustments,
Lower
Paul.
collective a bit to descend. You are higher than 8 feet now. Lower the collective a little to descend. You are higher than 8 feet now.
I don't know what to tell you, Paul.
A little to descend.
I'm constantly having to adjust it. I can't leave it in one place.
Remember, the main trick of the
I did it.
challenge is to move the controls as gently as possible.
I was barely moving them, Paul.
Hovering at 2 feet now. When you find a proper collective position, you don't need to keep adjusting it.
I am adjusting it. I have to. It's down. Like, okay, I'm going to drop it. Now it goes down. I'm barely moving it. Like, I can't move it any less.
Altimeter will be not useful. Judge your altitude just by looking outside.
Blast them.
Look at the power indications and memorize the number. 2 feet is approximately 1/3 of the length of the Cabri skid. This is the amount of power required for hovering and ground effect, and it depends on lots of factors such as our weight and the weather.
Looks like 69% does it.
For our training today. Now let's see how little you should increase power to hover at 8 feet altitude. Gently raise the collective just enough to get to 8 feet altitude and stop there. Great. You are getting more and more confident with collective control. Keep hovering at 8 feet while I am talking.
Yeah, I can't, Paul. It's one or the other.
Try to remember how 8 feet altitude looks like.
76%.
Altitude. You should avoid climbing higher when you hover in ground proximity. We'll talk
This is
about it in
awful.
later trainings, but for now, just remember, if your engine quits when
I don't know if it's my Honeycomb Bravo, but like I'm barely touching the throttle and it's just all or nothing.
or hover taxi, stay below 8 feet and you will be safe. Now let's go back to a 2-foot hover. Still remember which power indications to aim for.
69, Paul.
There you are. I can see that now you understand sensitivity and inertia of the collective lever much better. Our last objective for this training session is landing from a hover. Remember to always stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude before touching the ground.
Probably bacon. All right, Beast.
Now, very gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the altitude before touching the ground.
Stabilize at 2 feet.
This is your first landing from a hover. You mastered collective and hovering flight.
I mastered it.
Time to start mastering.
They'll sing songs about me. Gosh, Paul. There'll be yacht rock songs. All right, now they're gonna do throttle, anti-torque pedals. Pedals control the direction. Apply the pedal to govern. That's fine. This will be quick. Wonder if Paul knows that I've reversed my pedals. Do you think Paul will care? Paul's gonna be pissed.
Welcome to the second part of our hovering training series. This time you will get familiar with anti-torque pedals. I will be helping you at first, but by the end of this training session, you will be in full control over our heading.
Okay.
Let's start with taking off to a hover. You already know how to do that. Before raising collective, always check that all gauges are green.
Looks good.
We have enough fuel, and there are no obstacles nearby.
Now we're good.
All good. You have collective control now. Gently raise it, get light on the skids first, and only then take off to a 2-foot hover.
We're gonna go to 69, Paul, for that 2-foot hover. Here we go, Paul. I'm there, Paul. I'm good. Waiting on you, Paul. You want more?
Here you go. It is nice to see you are getting more and more confident.
Different than last time.
Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude.
Oh, that was so close. Well, it's different than last time, Paul.
Anti-torque pedals now. Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude. Look, they're located in the same position as the rudder pedals in airplanes. They also serve similar purpose, which is controlling the direction where the nose of the aircraft points. Only that in helicopters it happens due to increasing or reducing the thrust produced by the tail rotor. Try to gently apply pedals one after the other, and you will see how the nose yaws in the direction of the applied pedal. Easy, isn't it? Now try to turn toward the helicopter parking on your right-hand side. Apply the right pedal to start the turn, and the left one to stop at the required heading. Pretty good. When making pivoting turns, try to make one smooth movement, and then stop exactly at the desired heading. Now turn 90 degrees left, back to our original heading toward the runway and away from the hangars. Easy, right?
Well, I will say the one thing I do feel better about after these trainings is the hover.
We call it pedal turn.
I think the hover is a big help.
Using the cyclic stick, while pedals are used only for adjusting the side slope.
Okay, Bacon.
Like in airplanes. By the way, remember our briefing? There is a torque effect caused by our rotor rotating clockwise, and we use pedals to eliminate this rotating tendency. Until now,
I would say we did learn something, Brace. I mean, look.
So you will be able to try changing heading without additional stress.
We're just hovering, Brace.
It is time for you to have full pedal control. On the count of 3, I will stop assisting you with anti-torque.
All right, let's see it, Paul. 1, 2. Oh, we're still talking.
Will immediately turn our nose left. You will have to press the right pedal to counteract that torque.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You'll be given full pedal control.
Here we go.
3, 2.
Oh, you're counting backwards.
1. Now, try to maintain our original heading toward the runway. It is all a matter of finding a good position for the pedals, which counteracts the torque.
Yeah, I am having to adjust it pretty good.
You're doing good.
Thank you.
Now let's turn 90 degrees left toward toward the edge of the trees on the left-hand side. Yes, the helicopter will try to turn there itself as soon as you ease your right pedal pressure. With small, gentle pedals movements, try to keep our nose heading toward the edge of the trees.
Can't tell which trees he's talking about. It's not those. It's like this corner.
Good. You are getting better and better. Let's now slowly turn right all the way to the helicopter parking, which is behind our back now. Let's turn 90 degrees left, back to our original heading toward the runway.
Make up your mind, Paul.
Super. Now you know how to change and maintain heading with anti-torque pedals, as well as how to counteract the torque. I will now let you perform a little more advanced landing than last time. You will have control of both collective and pedals at the same time.
Okay.
First, fully stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude. Carefully maintain your heading toward the runway. Always make sure you don't have any movement or yawing before you touch the ground. Now, gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the ground. First, fully stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude. Carefully maintain your heading toward the runway. Always make sure you don't have any movement or yawing before you touch the ground.
They wanted me to maintain the heading. Oh.
You landed while having full control of pedals.
Okay.
In collective. Way to go. Today you mastered anti-torque pedals. See you in our next training session dedicated to cyclic control.
Ugh. How many are left? I'd like to know how many we have. Let me at least see what we've got. Kind of want to know. Oh gosh, they put grades? Oh, I didn't know I would be graded and for everyone to see.
Put it in the vault. I'm locking the vault. It's a vault.
That's my best one. Was the last? No, first one and last. Look how many are left. We have cyclic, hovering. Ugh, they're gonna make me hover while. I mean, I need to do that. Hover while in ground effect and hover taxi. I need to know how to do that. Take off, climb, approach for solo flight, rapid. It's a lot. I mean, this is good. I need to do this. It is good. Maybe this one won't be too bad because it's just using the yoke.
In this training session, you will get familiar with cyclic control, and you will learn to counteract translating tendency. Still remember this term from our briefing? Let's start with taking off to a hover. All gauges are green. We have enough fuel, no obstacles around. Let's go.
Okay.
Slowly raise the collective, get light on the skids, and take off to a 2-foot hover. Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude.
It's really tough.
Here we are. You probably realize
I'm just barely moving it.
Anti-torque pedal control. This will help you to fully concentrate on the cyclic stick in this lesson. Look there. The cyclic stick is located between the pilot's legs and looks similar to a joystick or an airplane stick. By moving the cyclic forward, backward, right or
Puppy.
left, we tilt the main rotor disc in a chosen direction and subsequently move there. We also use cyclic to counteract left drift caused by
Roar!
You don't feel the drift now because I'm helping you to fight it. I'll let you master hovering movements first before you face the drift. Now use pedals and turn the nose of the helicopter toward the helicopter parking on your right-hand side. Slowly ease the cyclic forward to get our helicopter moving. Establish a walking pace over the ground. The trick here is to move very slowly with the speed of a brisk walk.
Where is it? Forward?
Gently pull the cyclic back to stop above the center of the heli parking. Good.
Well,
Don't let the cyclic
but listen.
go. Keep making tiny corrections.
I was good with the hover, and I started moving forward, and all of a sudden it started
Now
lifting.
make a pedal turn 90 degrees left, pointing your nose toward the runway again. You will now make a sideward movement back to our
Oh,
original parking.
to our original parking?
Pointing
Okay.
the helicopter toward the runway, but look left in the direction you were taxiing. Remember to move at a walking pace.
All right, I'm walking really fast, Paul.
Dave has a dog.
What's up, Dave?
But the dog doesn't have a name, so we call it Dave.
Now keep hovering over
Dave's
the center
dog,
of the runway.
Dave.
What's going on, Dave?
Remember how I was helping you to fight the drift? On the count of 3, I will stop assisting you, and you will have full control of the cyclic. Be ready to experience a left tail rotor drift and apply cyclic accordingly to stay over this parking circle.
What's new, Dave?
Prepare to push the cyclic slightly to the right. 3, 2, 1. Your control. Remember, all inputs should be small and quick. You need to make frequent control inputs and corrections just to stay over one spot.
Woo! Oh gosh. Come on, Paul, help me.
This improves with practice.
Is it that windy here?
Okay, time to land while having full control over cyclic and collective, of course. Try to be as close to the
Paul.
center of our parking circle
Paul.
as you can. Don't worry if at first we'll be a little outside of it. Stabilize your hover at feet altitude. Make sure you don't have any movement before you touch the ground.
Okay, hold on, Paul. Paul, stay quiet for just a second, Paul.
Dynamic rollover if we are not
Paul, I can't tell a word you're saying. You said something about dynamic rollover. Paul! Keeps moving a lot. Oh, Paul. Oh, this is awful. It will not stop moving. We're about to have a dynamic rollover. I can't do it, Paul! Paul, I won't do it.
Prepare to have full cyclic control and push the cyclic slightly right. Now,
I did it.
Gently lower the collective
Oh,
control
okay.
until you find yourself firmly on the ground.
I was firmly on the ground. I think I jabbed the leg right into the concrete.
And collective, of course. Try to be as close to the
All
center
right,
of the
Paul,
parking circle as
I
you
can't
can.
do it.
Don't worry. This landing was too hard for our helicopter.
I can't do it.
Gentle next time. Let's try again. Prepare to have full cyclic control. Push the cyclic.
As soon as I get the power right, the helicopter moves so much, and when I adjust it,
Having full control over cyclic and collective, the center of our parking circle as you can.
That's not working at all.
If at first we'll be a little outside of it. Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude.
All right, that's better.
Make sure you don't have any movement
Come on.
before you touch the ground. It is very important because we can easily get dynamic rollover if we are not careful. Now, gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the ground.
I don't know. Wait, no. Wait.
Congratulations. You landed while having full control.
That's not what I want to do. It said land using F.
Way to go. You've learned to
So I pressed F.
and you are ready to try hover. This landing was too hard.
Paul!
Try to be more gentle next time.
You said I passed.
Prepare to have full cyclic control and push the cyclic slightly right. Okay, time to land while having full control over cyclic and collective, of course. Try to be as close to the center of our parking circle as you can. This landing was too hard for our helicopter. Try to be more gentle next time. Let's try again.
Move this man!
Have full cyclic. Push the cyclic slightly right. Okay, time to land while having full control.
Just give me a second. It starts you really bad. Like you don't know what the power is going to be when you start.
Don't worry if at first we'll be a little outside of it. Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude. Make sure you don't have any movement before you touch the ground. It is very important because we can easily get dynamic.
I got greedy because I thought it was over.
I would recommend you to spend a little more time practicing cyclic control before you move to the next lesson. Otherwise, I will need to be assisting you there too.
Oh! I didn't even land. Look, he got tired of it. I was still in the air. He was over it. Didn't even land. Hovering flight. Is this the taxi one? I mean, this is what I gotta know, right? I have to learn how to do this. I think he just thinks Walter is your like stereotypical senior citizen driver, and I don't think he's giving me any benefit of the doubt. I kind of don't blame him.
Welcome to our final hovering lesson, which will bring together collective, cyclic, and pedal skills you've learned before. It is challenging, but you will find it easier and easier with practice. I will assist you with torque and drift counteraction at first, but step by step you will have full control, and by the end of the training you will be hovering all on your own. Okay, ready? All gauges are green, we have enough fuel, and we are clear to go. Using collective, get light on the skids first, and then take off.
It's a good one, Icy. Okay, get light on the skids. Yeah, we're good.
Maintain a heading toward the runway, and cyclic to keep us exactly above the center of our parking.
Yeah, we're good.
Here you go. Remember how we were practicing pedal control and counteracting the torque? On the count of 3, I will stop applying right pedal and helping you to counteract the rotating tendency. Make sure to maintain the heading toward the runway by using pedals.
You can do it if you want.
3, 2, 1, go. Pedal control is fully yours now. Just maintain the heading for a few seconds. Good. You work well with the torque effect. Now let's add the translating tendency. On the count of 3, I will stop applying right cyclic.
Oh,
and
gosh.
only counteract the drift by yourself. Try to stay above our parking circle. And of course, don't forget to maintain the heading. 3, 2, 1, go. You have full control on the helicopter, and you are hovering all by yourself.
I don't like it, Paul. I got to do a lot.
Helicopters are generally dynamically unstable, so you should never stop making small corrections.
Okay.
Use cyclic to move and eliminate drift in the horizontal plane. Use collective to maintain desired.
It's getting bad, Paul.
Use pedals to control
Paul.
this direction.
We're the Paul.
The interaction of these controls makes learning to hover difficult.
You're so calm. Paul, hold on.
She's starting to shimmy.
Hold on. Hold on, Paul. Ooh. Hold on.
Do your best to keep your heading and to maintain your position
Yep.
over the parking area.
Yep.
But don't worry if at first you're a little too far from it.
Oh, gosh.
And don't forget to breathe.
I'm breathing. Come on, Paul. Give me credit. They're all green.
Nice. Next time you will do even.
It'll be great next time, Paul. What's next?
Bit of hover taxi now. See the helicopter parking stand that is farther away from our parking. Let's fly there, flying over empty parking on the way, and always staying at the hovering altitude of 2 to 8 feet. Remember to move very slowly, with the speed of a brisk walk. When you move fast, the effectiveness of the rotor increases, which lifts you up and requires you to lower collective to keep your height. And then, when you begin slowing down, you'll have to raise collective again to have enough power to hover. But if you move slow and make all inputs gently, you don't even need to use collective that much. Try that.
It's way too fast. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is awful. I hate it so much. I hate it. As soon as I move forward, he goes 100 miles an hour. As soon as I go forward.
Try to stop exactly above the center of the parking circle.
Which circle, Paul?
Let's turn left toward the runway again. You did it. Hover taxi is an essential skill you will need.
Wait, that was it?
In our last objective for today, you will land from a hover while maintaining full control on the helicopter.
Just let me land right
You
now.
want to be as close to the center of our parking as you can, but don't worry if your first landing won't be exactly on the spot. Stabilize your hover at an altitude of 2 feet. Make sure you don't have any movement or yawing before you
It
touch
moves
the ground.
all the time, Paul.
Now, gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the ground.
How about right here, Paul? No, you don't like that area. Okay. Oh.
You just did hovering and landing from a hover all on your own.
All right, Paul.
You have mastered hovering in ground effect. See you in our next training, where we'll take off and climb.
As soon as I try to move forward, it just goes. It just takes off. You so cheated? I mean, he let me get away with it.
I find that answer vague and unconvincing.
I'm very good. Take off and climb. Yeah, that should be easy. Hovering is terrible. I can't taxi you all. I just cannot do it. As soon as I push the yoke in and get the nose down, it goes so fast. Thanks, Jado. And you know, I'm not really taking credit for it.
Beautiful morning at the Le Versailles Airport today. Perfect for our takeoff and climb lesson. Before taking off to a hover, always check that all gauges are green.
Look good.
And we have enough fuel.
Paul sounds like he's in rare form today. I think he's ready.
As you can see, we have half a tank, which is more than enough for our training. Ready to go?
Bliss, it's terrible.
I'm helping you today, so it's all you. Gently raise the collective and get light on the skids.
Okay.
Correct yaw and drift, and then proceed to a 2-foot hover. Stabilize your hover over the parking area and maintain an altitude between 2 and 8 feet, just like in our hovering training.
Looks good to me, Paul.
Good. Now follow a taxi line toward the helipad, but stop before the intersection with the taxiway.
All right, Paul. You and me, we're going to do this together. Maybe it's easier to do in first person. Jado, did you do these? All of them? You did them? Okay. I bet there's an achievement for it. Wait, I'm no longer... I'm not... Achievement is not having to do with Paul. Well, I know John got the airplane training achievement, which I haven't done a single airplane training mission. You didn't finish the heli one? No, Paul! Oh, don't make me do it again!
Follow a taxi line toward the helipad, but stop before the intersection with the taxiway.
Paul, I have a feeling I'm gonna go faster. I was feeling good about it.
To make sure there is no aircraft on the taxiway. Look left to make sure there is no traffic on the approach. Now you can taxi to the center of the helipad.
Nice, Max.
Take off along the runway. But which direction? Left or right?
Up to you, Paul.
Find a windsock and check the wind direction. We always prefer to take off with a headwind. See now? Turn your nose against the wind, parallel with the 04 runway.
I can't tell where that is, Paul. Oh, 04 runway. Okay, so we're going to go this way.
We'll be taking off in this direction, over the grass.
Okay.
Make sure there are no other aircraft on the taxiways that we're going to cross.
Think we're good?
And we are ready to go. Start moving forward slowly. Keep your altitude under 10 feet until you reach 45 knots airspeed. Maintain the heading. Notice that the faster you are, the less right pedal you need to keep your heading.
Maintain altitude below 10 feet. That's not happening.
Now gently rotate, reach, and then maintain 50 knots at all times in the climb. Maintain 50 knots
50
airspeed
knots.
and raise the collective for a more effective climb, but don't exceed 100% of available power.
Okay.
Your task is to reach 1,000 feet above sea level and then make a right turn along the crosswind leg of the pattern. Standard helicopter traffic pattern is right in order to not intersect with the left traffic pattern.
That's so weird. That's so
Turn right
backwards.
while still climbing.
Through single-engine fighters in the Air Force, but this plane has 4 engines. It's an entirely different kind of flying, altogether.
Altitude for helicopters.
It's an entirely different kind of flying.
Which is 1,200 feet here at this airport. Not a bad attempt, but I would suggest trying again. And remember to always stay out of the danger zone of the height to velocity diagram.
Don't make me do it again, Paul. Oh! Oh! Love it. It's just nerve-wracking. Yeah, I couldn't do that speed. Like, trying to maintain 50 knots, like, trying to do all the things. Gosh, it's difficult. Let's see how many we have left. I'm not going to finish it tonight. But maybe I'll do it tomorrow. That's a lot of A's. 3 A's in a row. And then a B on that one. So I have, well, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 left. 4 left. Is free cam on the pause menu considered? No, photo mode is Shift V. Okay. Dang. So I've got 4 more left. Those are tough. I got more work to do. We'll do one more photo, speaking of photo, and then we'll call it a night. Let's do uno más photo. Last night we finally got Chichen Itza. Let's do the statues on Easter Island. See, Chrissy. Backlit by the sun. Oh, that's not too bad. That should be quick. I don't know where these are. I'm looking at the tablet. Oh, that's just the runway. Oh, I see there. The yellow. My engine was turned off. Okay. Backlit by the sun. Volcano. All of these. Look at these craters. Volcanoes or craters? I guess volcanoes. Okay. Where are they? I just flew over it and I didn't see them. Is there another place for it? It's got to be it. So the challenge isn't taking the picture, it's finding them. Let's go look around. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It crashed. Or not. They didn't like that, whatever I just hit. I hit F5. I meant to hit F6. There was nothing on the mound. There were dots, but there were no statues. You talking about this mound? There's no statues on it. The grass looks awesome. So I was gonna look somewhere else. I thought they were closer to the coast, and I also thought they were farther away from the mainland, or the main part of the land. Because we've been here before. Could have swore they were by the coast. Huh. Wait, here it is. Right? I mean, that's where the V is, but they're not loaded in. You would think it'd be there. But they weren't. Only the token from Volanta. It's not over here because there's more civilization over here. I'm sim rate increasing so we can find this quicker. That's the airport. It's definitely not this place. We didn't see this cliff. Yeah, this island is huge. Bliss, I wonder if that area was right because of where the camera thing is, but for some reason it didn't load the points of interest. Maybe because it's streaming it. Maybe it didn't load it. We're up. I think you're right. Here's that Volanta symbol. And look, there's nothing there. Wait, is it because oh, it won't steer while I'm using the mouse. Come on. It's enough. It's enough. See, unbearable. So let me see if it happens to load this time, because there was nothing just there. If not, I'd have to restart it, but I guess I can do that another day. Yeah, they would definitely be there. They're just not loading. Okay. Let's restart it and see if it loads them this time. Low altitude course is deceptively simple. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Especially after doing the Mach loop. Like, after doing that Mach loop, it's easy. My issue is going to be a stupid tractor. Why isn't it going? Oh, I know why. That stupid pause bug. I just want to see if it loaded them. Yeah, it's not loading them still. Oh dear. Oh, off the cliff? Dang. Yeah, they're not there. Alright. So it's not working. I'll probably have to reload it at some point. Okay. Alright, everybody. Well, maybe I'll try that another time. Red Supergiant, I don't use the EFB. I haven't used it yet. I'm going to, just haven't had a chance. We're done. We're done. I know it was a little confusing, a lot of weird stuff tonight. But we made some progress doing helicopters and stuff. So thanks for being here, everybody. Hope you all had a good time. We're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna raid Jay. We're gonna raid Jay.
Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes.
All right, everybody. Thank you again. Come back tomorrow. We'll do it again. Hope to see you all tomorrow night. Night, everybody.
Will everybody please leave? I want everyone out!